Today, let's take a look into the future. Recently, I came across an update from the Taiwan server regarding a skill rebalancing. Now, why do I want to cover this in this video is because I felt that this update could come to us rather soon. I may not know when is the exact time of it because in Taiwan side, they have just announced it, but they also have not dated it down as of when it will be updated in Taiwan. But for us, this is something that we may be able to look into, and we can actually anticipate it, what's going to be the changes be like, and whether or not we will be getting the exact same update. That's hard to say. I mean, Taiwan server and Southeast Asia server, there's still some differences and changes all the time. So without further ado, let's look into the skills that we have. For the Warlock, there's two parts to this skill update. Part 1 is regarding to our shadow equipment. Now if you take a look at the screenshot I provided over here, there's a big chunk of it, but mainly it is just towards 3 types of skills. So first skill that is going to receive the update or changes is towards the bolts. The Firebolt, Heaven's Drive, Lightning Bolt, and the Cold Bolt. Okay, so there's tier 1 and tier 2 over here in our shadow equipment. So both of these will receive an increment of damage multiplier. So as we can see from the screenshot, the first 2 lines is referring to the Firebolt. So I'm just going to explain this and the rest shall apply by itself. Okay, Firebolt 1. The damage multiplier has changed to from 7.5%, we can see from our page over here, becomes 12% times level plus 24%. So this 12% is whether based on a level 1 or the max level, it is not stated. So over here I'm just going to assume it's going to be a level 1. So based off level 1, having our 7.5% increase to 12%, that's a 60% increase in damage coefficient for Firebolt 1. And then times level, again, it is not stated whether the multiplier is against shadow equipment skill level or our actual skill level for Firebolt or our character level. So it is not stated, but since it's targeted towards shadow equipment, I will assume that the level is referring to the skill level in shadow equipment. So if we take a look over here, 12% times level plus 24%, in this situation it will become 12% times 1, which is 12 again, plus 24. That will be 36% damage increase. That is for Firebolt 1. Now take a look at Firebolt 2. For Firebolt 2, it is said to have 20% again times level plus 50%. So again, assuming this damage multiplier is based off level 1, you can see that at level 3, I'm just receiving 22%. So if that happens to be a level 1 damage coefficient for Firebolt 2, that means at level 1, it will become a 22%, instead of 22%, it will become 20% times level. So in this case, I'm in level 3, or let's take a look at just level 1, okay? 20% times 1, that's 20, plus another 50%, that is 70% increase in damage coefficient for Firebolt. Now that is quite a sum to be added into the bolt, right? Because looking at our current version, it is just 22% at level 3. So what could happen if the new equation were to apply at the new level 3? Maybe it will become like a 30% times 3 plus another 50. 30% times 3, that's 90. And then plus another 50%, that's 140% increase in damage coefficient. So that is something that we can really look forward to. Hopefully it is as accurate as it is, when it comes to the Southeast Asia server. Okay, so the rest of it shall apply by itself. Same thing goes for the Heaven's Drive, Lightning Bolt, and Kobo. Okay, now next, at the second last line, it is referring to White Prison. For White Prison, there will be an 8% plus 20% of ignoring immobilized resistance. Now, if you have not known it yet, upcoming update for the Komodo patch, there will be many cards that will be having high resistance percentage, as high as 33% each card. So having 3 cards, you will be overflowing with resistance of certain type of debuff. In this case, immobilize, or maybe freeze, maybe stun. So this update towards White Prison, there will be a chance to ignore the resistance. And then the last skill over here will be looking at Distorted Earth. Again, the same thing will be applied. 8% plus 20% chance to ignore Petrify resistance. So that is the part 1 of the update for Warlock. Okay, now let's go into part 2. Now part 2 is directly affecting our skill. The first skill that we'll be looking into is Flame Attack. Okay, for this part I'll be going a bit slow because there's a lot of addition to it. So for Flame Attack, first thing first, there will be the accumulating of 2 times. That means we can cast this skill twice instead of once right now. Okay, and then the charging range will increase from 6 meters to 8 meters, and the fixed cooldown will be reduced to 10 seconds, and the path of fire duration will last 7 seconds instead of 3. And one more addition debuff to it is that when the target is within the path of fire, there will be a decrease in movement speed for 50%. Okay, so that is for our Flame Attack, getting more range, longer duration of debuff, and an addition of slow effect. So that is going to be something quite nice for a dodging skill or a quick attacking skill to come out behind people or to run away. Okay, next again is on White Prison. White Prison is pretty straightforward. It's just changing the fixed cooldown from 12 seconds to 6 seconds, so half the duration gone. Alright, next is Napalm Bit. Napalm Bit has an increase of damage multiplier from 600% to 900. So the maximum will be 900%, and the additional effect that comes with 2 criteria that has to be met. Number 1, when the target is being immobilized by White Prison or the HP is below 30%, Napalm Bit will have 0 fixed cooldown. So in this case, it's level 10, which I have 0 available. In the condition of either being immobilized by White Prison or target having lesser than 30% HP, this skill can literally be spammed non-stop till the target dies. So this is something very, very nice, and something that I would like to try out when the update comes, and I hope it comes soon. Okay, so this is something very interesting. I would like to have a look. And then let's move on. The next is Abyssal Swamp. Abyssal Swamp has quite a few changes over here. Now, first thing first is that the rate of changing armor to earth has reduced from per second to per 0.5 seconds. So that's double the rate right now. And with the increase of chance from 30% to 50%, so 50% chance every 0.5 seconds to change target's armor to earth. That's sweet. Very useful in PvE and PvP if you are a fire user like me. Okay, and then additionally, the changes to this portion over here, attack speed reduction will be changed to decrease final attack speed by 300% and final haste by 30%. Now this is a huge number for either the attack speed class, the crit build, or the skill cast like me. Having a 30% decrease in final haste is going to jeopardize the entire casting sequence, and the duration of it is going to be hideous. Okay, and additionally, if the target is within the range of Abyssal Swarm, the target cannot be mounted, which means if the skill is being cast upon the ranger, the rune knights, their mount will be cancelled. And on top of that, even if the target is out of the range of Abyssal Swarm, the slow effect persists, which means it follows the target until the debuff is gone. So as of current, if the target runs out of Abyssal Swarm, there will be no debuff added to it. But in the upcoming update, looking at this, the debuff will follow the target until the countdown finishes. So Abyssal Swarm, this is quite a amount of edit and update to this skill. This skill has no damage, but the debuff that comes along with it is huge. Okay, and the next skill is Stone Curse. Now Stone Curse, if it's being triggered, it will cause the petrified target to have curse effect, which will decrease the final attack speed and final haste. So in this update, there will be another debuff added to it, which is reducing 2% of max HP every second to the target that is under the Stone Curse debuff. So if this debuff lasts for, wrong skill. So if this debuff lasts for 5 seconds, that will be a 10% max HP decrease when the target is under the debuff of this skill. Okay, and we are coming to the last few skills over here. The next skill is Elemental Vortex. Now Elemental Vortex is known to have all these debuffs to be inflicted onto target when there is 4 orb of each element in place as we cast the skill. So to make it even nicer, the upcoming changes will be target will receive a decrease in resistance for freeze, petrify, and blind by 50%. So a minus 50% resistance towards these 3 debuffs. And the debuff will be applied first before any of these debuffs will be inflicted onto the target. So before receiving any freeze, any petrify, any blind, you will be reduced by 50% towards any of these resistance. Okay, and then here we come to the last skill of this update, which is Radical Emission, and I like this a lot. So this skill mainly increases all our range skills by 2 meters. So right now we are pretty much on par with the ranger in terms of casting range or shooting range. But when this update is going to come to us, the distance will be increased to 4 meters or by 4 meters. Yeah, it says over here by 4 meters if I translate it correctly and directly. So instead of 2 meters, it could become 6 meters. So right now our attack range is at 8 meters plus another 6 meters. That will be 14. Yeah, 14 meters. So hypothetically, we could become the longest or the furthest attacking class in ROX if this skill were to add another 4 meters to this, to our 2 meters right now, making it 6 meters, and we're just gonna increase a lot more attack range. Well, I'm not exactly sure is it gonna be in this case, so we shall wait for the update to come to us in the future. As of when, I do not know. But this is the update that I see from the current server, and I hope that this will come to us really soon, maybe sometime after Komodo. Probably we have to wait for another couple of months, or I don't know, depends on the developer. But this is something that we can look forward into, and this is what I have for you as of the skill update for the Warlock. So what do you think about this skill update that could be coming to us in the future? Let me know down in the comment section below. I'll see you again next time. Bye bye.